most important question I had as a new loan signing agent was, which title companies do I actually accept jobs from? Which ones do I not accept jobs from? Which ones are going to actually pay me when they say they're going to pay me? Right? That's the most important question. You obviously invested this much money and you want to make this money back and you want to make more money, right? So let's talk about these top signing companies that I get repeat business from and actually pay on time and are very reasonable with, what they're expecting from you, how many pages to print, and things like that. So let's talk about it, and make sure you stay to the end of the video because I got some helpful tips also. Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Kel'a. If you are new here, welcome. Appreciate you for stopping by. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell because I teach you here about business, becoming an entrepreneur, what businesses to maybe start, how to get some money, and how to balance it all. So I appreciate you again for being here. So today we're going to be talking about my top signing companies, okay? We're going to talk about the pros and the cons. Even though I say they're my top, there are still some, cons with them. But they also keep money in my bank account, keep me busy, and they're not stressing me out with thousands and thousands of papers, okay? So my number one, my favorite company, okay? And I actually have a contacts for 4 of these companies out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? So like direct contacts with the folks because they are nice. I love Spruce. I don't know if you've done business with Spruce. I think Spruce is in Texas. I'm not for sure, but I absolutely love Spruce. Spruce is good to me. They do require fax backs and they don't pay a lot. That is me being honest. They pay about $85, but most of the time they have, they pay you $85 to $100. But most of the time the borrower has already done electronic signatures on a lot of the pages. So you're printing out anywhere from 60 to 80 pages. And even if they did not sign electronically, they aren't a lot. It's not a lot of pages. I'm printing maybe 100, 120 pages. I love it. They do, again, require fax backs, but it's straight to the point. I mean, and on top of that, they're easy to contact. They normally assign you with someone that, if you need to reach out to them, they always send a thank you. They always say a hello. They even call me just to say hello. If you have any questions, just let me know. Here's my number. And I'm just like, yes, Bruce. Okay. I love seeing them pop up. And they're also on both of the platforms that I work with, Signature Closers and SnapDocs. The next one I would say it was my first 2, but whatever. Meymax, Meymax. I think that's how you pronounce it. I absolutely love them. I love them for a lot of reasons. They too assign you with someone. Loan officer reached out to me. I had about 5 or 6 signings with them last week. Loan officer reached out to me. Hey, I'm such and such. Just wanted to say hello. And if you have any questions, this is my phone number, my personal phone number. I'm like, okay, then yes. And also they let you know that they do not require you to print more than 100 pages. They always say anywhere from 80 to 100 pages. Most of the time it's been, for me personally, 100. I don't care. I love it. They're also straight to the point. It's no extra papers. It's like no, I'm saying, how they reiterate just the same repeat. Okay, I understand this 192. This the whole packet is the same thing. You know what I'm saying? They are straight to the point. I love them. They don't require fax backs. Straight to the point. They pay about $85 to $115 I've seen. Last week, I got $115 twice from them. The first time I did with them, I got $85. I'm fine with it. Perfect. Okay, so the next ones that I'm going to get into, I have a lot more cons than pros, but they will keep you busy. That is the pro for the next 3. New Res, I've been constantly getting work with them. What I would say about them is they pay $90, but they are requiring you to print out 170 to 200 pages. And you have to also print out a copy for the borrowers for all of these companies. So my thing with that is, if you're requiring me to print off, 200 page, 400 plus pages, I just would like to see a little bit more than $90. That's me personally. I feel like for that amount of money and that amount of, ink and paper that I'm using, $125 is not asking a lot from New Res. So I always try to propose a rate. They never accept it. They may go up $10, but that's the most. They have a lot of papers. A lot. Again, they will keep you busy, but there is a lot of paperwork in New Res. Packets, refis, and it's just, these are all refinances, and I'm just like, dang. I'm looking at a business owner perspective and a borrower perspective. To come into my home and you have a pack of papers that are over 180 pages for me to sign, that is very intimidating. Not only that, that is a long time. Like, so I would like to see New Res pay a little bit more, definitely. The next company I would say is Stewart Title. Stewart Title would keep you busy also, but I feel like Stewart Title does not pay enough. They're also on Signature Closers and SnapDocs. I feel like they also are requiring you to print a lot. Maybe not as much as New Res, but, Stewart Title, they'll keep you busy. That's all I'm gonna say about Stewart Title. The next one is Villa. Villa is, I'm gonna be honest. I'm looking at it as a business perspective. I'm gonna stay busy with Villa. Villa is gonna pay. I can learn from Villa, but Villa is asking a lot. Okay, and I know a lot of these signing agents get on here and talk about it's not all about money. It is when it comes to it. First of all, it's business, so it is about money. I'm providing you a service. I do have the right not to take the service, but I don't know what I'm actually getting into until after I accept it. So I think honestly that signing companies should give you a heads up on how many pages you are about to print, so you can have the option to decide whether or not you want to take it. Because Villa, I did a refi investment with Villa and I had to print out 235 pages, and I had to also print out a copy for the borrower. Okay, I also drove about an hour, an hour and maybe 5 minutes, because the downfall about Signature Closers is, and we'll talk about signing platforms too, is you don't have time to figure out how far something is from you. I don't like that. I literally can't even make a rational decision because these signings come so fast and go. Sometimes I'm assuming the companies that favor me, which are Spruce and Meymax, I think Villa does too, because they'll sit or they'll forward me something and they'll literally give me like 10 to 20 minutes to make a decision. I'm thinking, okay, maybe nobody took it or maybe I'm favored. I don't know. But, I'm always allowed, at least 10 minutes to figure out if I want to take those top two, Spruce and Meymax. But the thing about Signature Closer is it just comes so fast that obviously you're like, okay, Thursday at 2, I know I can do that. But you don't realize that it's an hour drive and I'm printing out over 400 pages and I'm driving again an hour and 5 minutes away. You then go into Notary Gadget. Description is below. You go into Notary Gadget. You put in the mileage and you realize that you're only profiting maybe about $70 if they're paying you $100 and something. If they're paying you $90, you're probably going to profit about $62, and it's just really something to consider. But then again, you're not really able to make that type of decision because they come so fast. I mean, if you're not sitting on your phone all day, you'll miss maybe 100 signings. So that's something that I wish could get a little bit better with Signature Closers. SnapDocs, not so much. You got plenty of time with SnapDocs, but Signature Closers, I mean, this reminds me of Amazon Flex. you literally had to wake up at between 4 and 6 o'clock in the morning in order to get a route. But when they popped up, I mean, it was gone like that. You literally could not blink. You would have to refresh in order to get a block, which what they would consider a block, a route, because people, I felt like people had robots, okay, bots or whatever. And I feel like that on Signature Clerk. There is no way possible. At 4 o'clock in the morning, I just happened to use the bathroom and I seen one go across my screen. I was like, let me grab it. And it was gone like that. Huh? People got bots. Okay? There's no way at all. So, I hope and pray that there's a way to improve that, because it's discouraging, especially for new. I've only been with Signature Closers since December, so I would consider myself super new, and I'm just like, this is discouraging because I think I've done about 40 signings with them, and I'm just like, wow, like, this is discouraging. And I could see how people would kind of stay away from that. So just moving along, some helpful tips on getting repeat business. And if you're direct, if you're with Signature Closers or SnapDocs or whatever platform you're with, just a tip and a little bit piece of advice to get repeat business, because I do work direct and I plan on continuing to try to get another direct company to work with so that I can work smarter, not harder, is to just continue to be thorough, continue to be error-free as much as possible. And if you do make an error, just just correct it as soon as possible. And like I said, be very thorough and really, really, really check your work. That is it. If you still need to use arrow sticky notes, use those. Don't be ashamed, especially when you're doing business with NewRez or Villa, because it is so much paperwork. You really might want to look through it before you go to their signing and go ahead and put those arrows or initials, because they do require initials on, I want to say, the note, and I want to say the mortgage. So that's, at least 30 pages that you could potentially miss initials on if you're not paying attention. So that's my advice for you all. I actually had a rough Friday. I was gonna to make a video on Friday, but I had 3 signings. The first one was at 11. It was with my direct company. I got my paperwork on Thursday. I was able to print it on Thursday. I was prepared for the next morning. Then I had one at 1 o'clock. So I was hoping that my 1 o'clock, I would have my documents early. I did not get them early. I actually got them 30 minutes before my scheduled appointment, which was at 1 o'clock. So I was all the way across town, about 40 minutes away, and had to rush home. I see the benefit of having a printer in your car now, because I had to rush all the way home. Print, I'm never ever printing with this printer again. I am getting my ink and my drum. I need a drum for my other printer. So that was the diagnostics. I need a drum. And I'm printing with my brother dual tray from here on out. I don't have a signing till Tuesday or Monday evening. I'm getting that fixed on Monday morning, because this is the slowest printer I've ever had in my entire life. There is no reason why my second printer is so small and compact. It's a Brother 2. I have all Brother brand. And this 3-in-1 is so slow. It prints 3 at a time, but it takes so freaking long. I was so irritated, y'all. So I had to print. I had to get it together. I still had to drive 35 minutes away. Guy was understanding, patient, but I was irritated because I still had to go pick my daughter up from school. And this is the part of the balance, the balance of being an entrepreneur and being a mother. I had to still rush to go get my daughter. I have to be there to her school by at least 2:45, and she gets out of school at 3, but the line is so long. You out on the street. you literally, the line literally takes about 15 minutes to get through. So you want to be early. Worst case scenario, you just have to wait in the line. But I like to get there at 2:45, and I'm looking at the time like, oh. Then, you know, it was my mistake. I'll take full accountability for it. But the woman, the wife, she was only on about 4 pages. And it was with Spruce. She was only about 4 pages. And I ain't even going to talk about it. Anyways, it was just a hectic Friday. I had another one at 5:30. It was all the way across town. It only took about 2 seconds. So it was a seller only, which are my favorite. I love those. They straight to the point, 30 pages. Yes, 4 signatures. Yes, yes, yes. I love those. I love loan modifications. I could do those all day long. And I would take less money. Yes, I would. So I hope this was helpful. This is just me being as honest as possible. This is just my personal preference and my personal experience. And you know, it is what it is. I can feel how I want to feel. Appreciate y'all for watching. Have an amazing weekend. It's beautiful outside. About to have mommy daughter day. Gotta go.